way! I need my mom and white step up. My 6 has been rejected, boy. My parents live across the street. That's right. And we always with them. I pay remember them my mom because everybody loves Raymond. Hey, Tinder. Good. Toilet.
He's quite the Everybody Loves Raymond fan. Quick recap from yesterday. Hello, morning, by the way. It's so early. My hair still looks like this. But quick recap, Andy left his DS in the taxi yesterday. We think. He certainly didn't bring it home from school with him. We've been promising him all night he'd get it back in the taxi this morning. We don't have any phone numbers for the new taxi people. We only had them for the one we had previously. So we haven't been able to contact them and check that it's there. So there's 2 potential things that could go wrong this morning. I love looking at the positives of life. Potential thing that could go wrong, number 1, is they mess around with the taxi again and send the other one. We've had 2 different taxis this week already. There's every possibility that might happen. And if they do send a different taxi, then obviously it's not going to have his DS in. Potential problem number 2 is he didn't leave it in the taxi, in which case we have no idea where it is and we might have a big problem. Bye-bye! Amy's just leaving. Dave really wants to come in after his morning toilet. That was Dave. The DS was in the taxi. He has it back. This 12-hour panic is over. And now I can go and have a shower and get on with my day. Yay!
Honey! Hello, baby. I'm just doing work. You alright? Where do they go?
In the socks.
In the what?
Socks.
Shoes. The socks go in the shoes.
PSP's charger.
You want the PSP?
Charge.
It's already charged.
Right, where's your bag?
I need a charger.
Right, you had a good day then?
Yeah.
So we have got the DS today, have we?
Yeah.
Let's check. We have the DS today, everybody. Excellent, and hopefully we don't have the autofocus problems we've had for the last few days as well. I think I've solved it. I hope I've solved it. Let's see if
lottery finger.
Any time today would be
National.
nice.
Oh, the finger from the logo. I have no idea what you're talking
PSP
about.
charge.
PSP.
I'll
Well,
charge it in a
yeah,
minute.
we're charging it.
I
So
think. Now I'm going to use the numbers that I won £100 on. I
here
think.
we go then. Andy has been a little bit unsettled today. He found it difficult to focus on his learning and joining in the whole class activities. However, Andy enjoyed his ICT lesson. We've been learning to use Google Earth. He already knows how to use Google Earth. He's been teaching them, I imagine. And Andy turned out to be an expert. Yeah, there you go. They've clarified at the end. We know he's an expert at Google Earth. Are you really going to use that duvet? This is for short stay when he comes here. This isn't for you to use every day. Sheesh.
No.
I guarantee the reason he was unsettled is that. See? That's missing and it's unsettled him. But in other news, he's not gone back to the video from 2 days ago at all. He's on Simpsons again now, which I know that can have some fruity language in occasionally, but he's on the Simpsons. Anna is here, but she's hiding from the camera because she's doing her uni work. So she's over there somewhere, bound and gagged so that she doesn't talk off camera. Right, I need to get on with some work. We'll check in with these people again later. The girls should be here soon. No watch. What's the time?
10 past.
10 past. Girls will be here soon as well. Well, it's not even 5 o'clock, and Anna's just had to go and fetch Andy from upstairs because he's gone upstairs and gone to sleep. So she's just, he was up there for like half an hour. We didn't wonder what he was up to. It was longer than he normally takes going to the toilet. And yeah, fast asleep in bed, so she's just had to fetch him, drag him downstairs. And he's now hiding underneath the duvet on his little chair. But I am in the kitchen cooking because we haven't done this for a little while, and actually our eating has been a little bit rubbish over the last couple of weeks. We've had lots and lots of time away. I've got lots of time away over the next few days as well. I'm over in Nuneaton tomorrow doing some filming for my new Football Manager series, and then I'm doing another secret thing down in London on Saturday and Sunday where I guess there's going to be bad food consumed. So we're having a proper healthy meal today. We made a homemade chicken korma last night, which you've seen before. Tonight it's a homemade hairy bikers, hairy dieters, chicken tikka masala. So we've got chunks of chicken in there that have been marinating for about the last hour in curry powder, paprika, a little bit of salt, onion, no not onion, garlic, ginger and some yogurt. That's pretty much what, it smells fantastic, the paprika on it is amazing. So we're gonna cook that up in a minute, make a masala sauce, which I shall show you how I make in a second, and then do a little bit of rice to have with it. And according to the hairy dieters, the cookbook that the original recipe is from, it works out as 302 calories per serving. Once we add some rice on as well, it's probably another 200 or 300. So for us, if a meal comes in at less than sort of 600-700 calories, that's considered mega healthy. Bearing in mind, I'm an enormous man. I can eat like 4,000 calories a day. We're not going to get into whether I should or not. I know I shouldn't, but I could and not put on any weight. But that seems like an acceptable meal. So let's get it cooked up. First job, and if you're wondering why I'm doing it at this weird angle, the light bulb's gone in the dining room, and if I put the camera the other side, it's like I'm cooking in the dark, which I'm not. It's light in here. We have onions, ginger, garlic. Gonna fry them up for like 10 minutes, soften them, brown them a little bit. The base of the sauce. Onions and whatnot, nice and brown. So to get that off the heat, because they're now going nice and black. Curry powder. Tablespoon of. Mix it all around a bit. If the bottom of the pan wasn't black enough before, it's now plenty black. Next job, tomato puree to make it nice and red. This is supposed to be chicken tikka masala, so 2 generous spoon-sized squirts of tomato puree. Mix it all up again. Followed by 2 teaspoons of caster sugar. Must have been a wet spoon. Mix it up some more, and then water. About that much. Mix it all around. I'm just going to cook that for about 5 minutes, thicken it up a little bit, and then put it to one side. It's going to get blended before it goes in with the rest of the stuff. But once that's cooked, I need to get the rice cooking, I need to cook up the chicken, and then right near the end, add the chicken and the sauce together, heat it back through again, add a little bit of cream, not a lot, just a little bit of cream to the sauce to creamify it. That's like technical cooking talk. And then plonk it on a plate with some rice. I think it's alright. Sauce is thickening up. We now need to get the rice under some boiling water. That's going to take, if we put the heat on, about 12 minutes. We've got oil already heating up there for our chicken, which has now been marinating for like an hour and a half. I need a stick of some kind, wooden stick. We're not trying to cook the chicken all the way through at this point, we're just sort of getting rid of the pink bits that are on the outside, because it will then do the bulk of its cooking once it gets added into the sauce. Or should I say, the sauce gets added into that, because it's all going to end up in the big pan. Generally, timing wise, once we've got all the pink off the outside of the chicken, and it's only going to be like 2 or 3 minutes, by that point the sauce should be thick enough that I can attack that with a blender and then get it all in one bowl with the cream, and then just leave it to simmer while we wait for the rice to finish. Which, did I set a timer for the rice? I should have set a timer for the rice. No, not screen recording. Oh, iPhones, why must you hate me so much? I'm now screen recording myself, setting a timer. About 10 minutes. Chicken's just about cooked, so I'm going to take the sauce off of the heat. We're going to try not to splatter everywhere. Turn that one off. Whizzy thing. Don't do that near your face if you're following along. That was stupid. And we just want to mush up. Like, we don't want big bits of ginger. No one wants a mouthful of ginger or a mouthful of garlic. Or a mouthful of onion. Ah! It's hot. Ooh! But delicious. So, just long enough to mush it all up. and give your toaster a good coating of this sauce, which I think we're just about there. Got some on the kettle too, so flavour everywhere, which is what we want. Get the thing out the wall. Right, this chicken is now ready for this sauce. Stir it all around. Then just a little bit of cream. It says 2 tablespoons on the recipe. That felt like about 2 tablespoons. And then the recipe says just cook that for about 5 minutes. We've got, until the rice is ready, 7 minutes. I think that's probably going to be okay. Finished. I don't really know why it's orange. It was red last time I made it, but it smells amazing. Less than 600 calories. That'll do. Well, today's vlog has kind of got away from me a little bit. It's not even 8 o'clock yet, but there's nobody else around. Andy has now gone back up for a bath so he can get ready for bed properly, second time around, so Anna's sorting that out of him. I've just taken her off to the village hall down the road so she can do rehearsals for the panto that she's in this year. Lucy's just disappeared out the door to have a shower at her mum's house because she forgot to have a shower earlier in the day. He wants a shower now. Andy's having a bath. Teenagers. And I've just realised not only am I streaming in an hour, but I also need to edit this vlog tonight rather than my usual do it in the morning like I've been doing pretty much since I left work, because tomorrow morning it's an early start to head out to Nuneaton to take training with an actual football team, which is not where I expected my football manager journey to end up when I started playing that game on YouTube 2 years ago, or when I started playing it in my bedroom 30 years ago, or versions of it on the Spectrum back in the 80s. Oh, we've come a long way. So it's going to be a bit of a mad one tomorrow, but that is one of the reasons why the vlog over the next couple of days might be a little bit all over the place, and it might feel like I'm keeping a lot of stuff from you, and it's not that I want to keep it from you. It's partly because I have to. The stuff I'm doing on Saturday and Sunday, I think at this point I'm still only allowed to call it a secret project. At some point over the next few days I'm allowed to add 2 letters to it to tell you what kind of secret project it is, and then more details will come out over the coming weeks for that. And tomorrow I don't really want to show you much of what goes on at the club, because it's, I think what I put together tomorrow, if I can capture the footage I need and then do a good job of editing it all together, it should be the best thing I've ever made. I've set myself like over a week to edit that together exactly how I want it to be. We're going to do most of the shooting tomorrow. There's going to be a few other bits I need to do elsewhere. Again, secret shooting, and the plan I've got for it, I've written out a proper plan for it. I've got almost a script for how I want the finished piece to be. If I've got the ability to make it the way I want to make it, it's going to be absolutely superb. I am a little bit afraid that I've never attempted anything like this before, even on a smaller scale, and to go in and do it with a proper professional football club, with the makers of the game fully aware of it and involved in the planning process, and they're ready and willing to push it to the moon once it's out, as long as it's good. So there's quite a lot of pressure to make sure we don't mess up the filming of it tomorrow, which when my camera's been playing up like it has this week, that's a tall order. I've got concerns about the quality of the shooting that we can do. I know this camera's good if it works. I don't really have a good secondary camera though. I've got my little camera, I've got my GoPro. I'm going to be taking both of those. They're going to be needed for multi-camera stuff, because we're going to have to do a lot of this in one take, because it's stuff with the actual players. We've got a game on Saturday and we've only got 20 minutes to do it. And sound is going to be an issue. I've got a good microphone on this, but it's very directional, so as long as this camera's on me, the stuff I'm saying will come through well, but you're not going to be able to hear anything of what's going on the other side of the camera when we're doing the multi-camera stuff. I have got another microphone solution, which I'll show you tomorrow if I can find it, but I'm not sure how good it is out and about in the wind, because I don't have the wind sock dead cat thing that I've got on this one. So many variables that can go wrong tomorrow. and I'm convinced that because I've never done anything like this before, I've not even helped someone do anything like this before, I'm convinced I will mess up some of it somehow, somewhere, and end up really disappointed with the end result, which would be a real shame. But fingers crossed, it all goes well, and we end up with something really, really, really cool, or at least something that goes some way towards doing justice to the plan that I've had in mind for over a year now. I wanted to do this last year when FM17 came out, and couldn't get a club to do it with me, and be able to do it this year is really awesome. Just a little bit scared now. Just don't tell anyone. Luckily this vlog doesn't come out until after I've been there, done it. It's all going to be fine. Bath sounds like it's going well. Hello? It's always a good sign when she needs her shoes to give Andy a bath. There's been splashage. I think that's all we needed to talk about. Oh, there was one other thing. I feel a bit weird talking about it, but over the last week it's picked up more than it ever has before, of people offering to send us stuff, asking how they can send us stuff, asking if we want stuff. I don't really want to ask anyone for stuff, but if you have got stuff you want to send us, whether it's a letter or a picture or something else, there is a PO box address down in the description. I don't check it very often. I think we've had it 3 or 4 months and I've checked it twice because it's usually empty. So if you do send something, or you have sent something to the PO box, just give me a heads up to go and check it, and I will go and check it and pick up anything that's there. But if you have got stuff that you want to send us, then by all means go for it. Just use the PO box. I don't want stuff coming to our house because that would be weird. It would freak me out. It would freak the kids out. So yeah, there's a PO box address there if anyone wants it. And I'm not going to mention that very often because I still feel a little bit weird mentioning it. I'm still struggling to wrap my head around why someone would want to send us stuff, but some of you want to, it seems, and if you want to, the PO box is there exactly for that purpose. It'd be good to justify spending £250 on getting that PO box. That one might have been a business mistake. But anyway, I do need to get on and edit this now. I've got to be streaming within the hour. It's going to be a late one and then an early one because it's just occurred to me now as I'm talking to you that I don't know if I have a clean and ironed suit to wear tomorrow for the bits that I want to wear a suit for. Why would I think of that now? If you've enjoyed today's vlog, please make sure you pop a nice big thumbs up on there for me. Subscribe to the channel if you'd like to see more, and thank you very much for watching.